put you on stage. Why don't you do this part right here? For me one more time.
It's the tanks. It's the tanks, goddammit. We're finding Gerald's hand to burn the shit out of all these son of bitches, goddammit. Whoa! Whoa! Get the fire ready. Burn them up. Burn them up.
Take time away and travel your galaxy. Get off positions you intend to take. When you return, it's tragedy. Weaken the wicked with a well-placed stone. No need to fortify. My abyss absorbs your home, your zone, your clones, where you grow, and your brightness, and your robots who appear in my likeness. All praise to His Highness. Melt you, King Midas. Assemble troops like Titus. Older than my dust. Our rust is reformed into the dust to which sons are born. So ill temple liquefies. Mind Jim. Watch Loki dematerialize, spiritualize the earth to crush flatbreads. Locks of death is what the crap says. They don't know how old they got come to shave you short. Oh, what a saving sport. Word into your dimension sport. Come find out why I'm TK.
Peace to John.
Reaches out in this way. The truth and the light on my sight. Build altars and view star light.
It's takes.
All those who want to fight, they bow before my lock at the dock. He warned me, sorcerer cops who beard chop and sell poison crops. Watch, I kill my own self before the heart. My degree is enterprise chart. Enter eyes like gleam off a sword. Set on fire, you're my Ali Lord. Sun Tzu gave me that. They plundered the map over ravines, down the creek. Horses and streets, Nordic meat as a woolly coat. Saw Jab fight, taught him to throw. Too many drown and puts loose hope. I realize I'm sober. My self-knower is a soldier. Who told me he is the torch, smolder. To reap the field and do it backwards. That is, reap the field and smolder. The torch is he who told. Y'all crash like Steve McQueen. Elizabeth on your money team. Killer priest, traverse dreams.
Come on.
Killer bees.
Oh, come on, people.
Switching hand, play stick, grandma.
Grab your torch. It's the tapes.
Told them to wait outside of this. Your octopus gotta be about father business. Sharing as the meek shall inherit. Cats didn't listen when I told them I prepare it. Loops of the swift chariot. Elisha marriage. Chock full of despair. And when Jah returned, he dipped water and burned my time frame. At sharp corners, that stab box heads and joiners, corners at the board show examples to the stupids. Orcas in the hordes forced to swim through sewage. Goddamn, your words are challenging. Where he gives you his lavishing, looking dashing as the crowd's grabbing. Rope chains, bangles, and body kicks. Hoodies with rose gold zips. Woolly butter, leather, matching gloves. Women on the tether cause she loves. Unless y'all who can make the journey. Guard and glowing, ask your attorney. Servants with broke hands on burnings. Youth and pre-sales learning. Desire burning as elders churning. Then she give you a bit to taste. See how the hard work put a shine to your face. To your face, far from the wrath of grapes. Or the farcy hate, or the obscene face. End up in a mean Gene place. From heights view a major gift. Y'all more confused than fans of Taylor Swift. Time to time, take a lift. Know how much you know when I'm found relaxed in a gondor bungalow. Sister bro, oh.
I don't believe these people. They fronting on me after all the minutes I done gave them. You know what I'm saying?
Look, Refugees, what were you trying to rehearse?
Rehearse? It's the tapes, goddammit.
Rapping like my man.
Times at hand, exposed from the sand. We ruled the land and it sprout great food. Nobody wants to lose, nor is it something you choose. The niggas be on Tom Cruise. Some whack actors who promote bachelors, not even listening when I ask you. Take lessons from the older rap groups. My meditations rock the nations. Hurt your stomach like the smell of bacon. Out with a mason and eat up they snakes. Seem too easy and you go astray. How much time do we have to wait to pray before the hunger pains lead the way? Seeing Kana burn his own face. That's what you get when holiness misplaced. Duck face devils claim pyramids where octagons get inked like squid. Know where I live, where Pegasus is. Best to miss when the bones great. Slow takes like Bueller in case. Nymphs hate my blade break. Put you to the burning gate. Alive and well living action do tell. Smooth as rails, especially when Henry finished. My rhyme scheme is called Do Not Diminish. While youth remain timid, sandbar to sandlot. Football stars cop. Mozart candy, red knot. Change colors under warm water. Bathtubs, she used expensive scrubs for daughters. Catch you like the last pass. Snagged on grass, had to move fast in the face of the siren's blast. Yet sit here in this task. Round up mutants like Boulevard trash. Same date, Do not crash. Once you down like corned beef hash.
Well, goddamn. It's your boy Killer B, a.k.a. the Witchfinder General. You gotta
burn them up, burn them up, burn them up.
Burn them up, I'm burning them up, I'm burning them up. How y'all doing tonight, goddamn? We starting late.
Time to deal with it, time to deal with it.
Showing improving. Shit on this wicked ass nigga. Shit. Got this nigga on the run, son. Shit.
1-800-273-8255.
That's right. Tell them what to call right there. Call that suicide hotline. Because me and Chris Harris and goddamn Willie Bitch tonight, we gonna tear this nigga up and burn his ass up. Goddamn shit. Man, y'all just saw that little video I just dropped, that little 1.5 minute video where Judah Nazareth, nasty ass, got the nerve to fuck up and tell the truth where his goddamn yahawadah language comes from. The fuck out of here, nigga.
And we heard the video today where he went on a 3-hour slander rant about yours truly, like he always does. Then he had the nerve to admit, yeah, I'm going to debate Chris Harris, Torah versus Ma'at. Which one is better for our people? Well, y'all don't have one original text. You got to prove that you have an original text. You guys don't have an original text. There is no original text in your manuscript. It comes right up out of the principles of Ma'at. It says right there in the same Bible that we read, Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptian. That's what it says in your book. So what was he learning? He was in there on them goddamn walls, just like everybody else is. Now, let's take note. I'm not telling y'all to go worship no cow. The people in Egypt don't tell you to worship no cow. We had heathens over there in them temples, over there in India or Hindu Kush, and they went in there desecrating them temples, acting a damn fool, didn't know what the hell to do in them. Those were not Kushites doing that. Those were heathens that went in there doing that. A Turkish mixture of people. But besides all that, Judah, you got to show me one original manuscript that you all have. You guys don't have one original manuscript that predates 1450 BCE. Not one.
Not one.
Not one.
Not one, son.
And I'm going to go into several different papyruses that predate 1450 BCE. This is the proclaimed date in which y'all say y'all came up out of Egypt or Kemet.
Yep.
We're going to see. We're going to put it all on the line. Excuse this hollering bell. We're going to put it all on the line, and we're going to see. If you want to debate that, I'm going to show you that your Torah don't even exist, nigga, without the damn Greeks. It don't exist. You know why? Because your language don't exist. And we're going to prove that today. And we're going to show everybody what you said out of your own goddamn mouth. And for anybody else who want to follow this Israelite nonsense, I want y'all to look it up, do the research, stop listening to these garbage-ass Negroes like Judah Nazareth hooping and hollering about, talking about some damn yahawadah language. We're going to set all this shit straight today. We're going to get it all out of the books today. And we're going to hear what he said by yours truly after I was scorching his ass, burning him up hot, and y'all going to see everywhere he tried to run in order to get away from me when I was questioning him. And I wanted to do this live, and he introduced y'all to a little clip, but I want to give y'all a play-by-play myself so y'all can hear it myself, and I wish they turned that goddamn bell off over there. So, with that being said, let me set the tone for this. Judah came on there, and he was dealing with a Christian that's very easy to deal with, that doesn't know a whole lot. So that's what he generally does. He picks on people that don't have a lot of knowledge. So what I decided to do, I said, nope, I'm going to interrupt this one because you telling a lie right now. So I came in there and helped the brother out. And Judah, as you guys are going to hear, began to fold like a goddamn wallet.
You said nigga folded like a wallet.
And you're going to see what he tried to do. And y'all going to see every tactic that he tried to get out. First thing y'all need to do Matter of fact, play the goddamn bean footage and let's see what he did.
Make sure y'all share this out to y'all favorite Facebook group, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. So give your boys some support, goddamn. Like, share, subscribe for your boy, goddamn. Killer B, the goddamn West Fighting General. Here, let me roll that goddamn footage and shit for y'all today. Goddamn it. Here we go, goddamn it. It's the tapes, y'all. It's the tapes. Tapes, goddamn it, today. All right, here we go. Roll that footage, goddamn it. That shit on back. Here we go.
Change the language. You may say something like that. Wait, what's the fundamental difference between the yahawadah, or provincial or district language of Judah, and the Aramaic language? What's the conventional difference? Well, hold on. Before he answers that, I need you to show me the language branch of what language branch did the yahawadah language come from? Here it comes. I just said it comes from Canaanite language. The Canaanite language. Okay, what language lingua franca is older? The yahawadah or the Canaanite language?
Hit rewind so everybody can hear it. Hit rewind a little bit so everybody can hear it. Turn it down a little bit. Hit rewind so everybody can hear what he just said.
Canaanite language. The Canaanite language. What language lingua franca is older? The yahawadah or the Canaanite language? The Canaanite language. Okay, can you show the Canaanite language? Okay,
one more time. Go back a little bit further so they can hear what he said out of his own mouth. Go back a little bit further. I want everybody to hear this.
All right, here we go.
I need you to show me the language branch of what language branch did the yahawadah language come from? Here it comes. I just said it comes from Canaanite language. The Canaanite language. Okay, what language?
It comes from the Canaanite language.
Yep.
You heard him say it. It came from the Canaanite language. That's game over right there.
Let me hear it again.
I need you to show me the language branch of what language branch did the yahawadah language come from? Here it comes. I just said it comes from Canaanite language. The Canaanite language. Okay, what language lingua franca is older? The yahawadah or the Canaanite language? The Canaanite language. What language?
Thank you. Pause. So right here, hit pause, Daddy. He said right there, I asked him what language was older. And he said the Canaanite language. I agree. You're cooking right there. We don't even have to play anymore. We really don't even have to play anymore. But just for you guys' own personal pleasure, let's hear the rest of all the bullshit. Yeah, he tried to squirm out of this one. Go ahead and hit play.
The Canaanite language. Okay, what language lingua franca is older? The yahawadah or the Canaanite language? The Canaanite language. Okay, can you show me the difference between the Canaanite language and the yahawadah language? Because I don't know. I'm asking you a question. There's no study any like Canaanite writings to tell, except for kanji, which is Chinese. Okay.
They can try to change the subject.
And there's many different linguistic branches in China too, so you can't just narrow down to one.
Wait, I have to stop that right. I have to stop that for a second.
When I ask you a similar question,
you know, I sometimes we gotta walk with these people that's listening. Now, what Judah Nazareth just did was try to change the subject to get off that heat, to get off that hot fucking scorching iron Chris Harris got him sitting on. You notice he said, I don't know Canaanite language. He talking about some Chinese shit. Who the fuck mentioned Chinese? And then he tried to elaborate more on the Chinese shit. Nobody talking about China at all. Let's move on.
When I asked you a similar question, you couldn't do it. But I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, I don't know any Canaanite writings to sit there and read this. You do know Canaanite writings. It's called the so-called Hebrew or yahawadah language.
That nigga biting his lip.
That they write. And I can go back to their writings. Let's just say the Canaanites and the Hebrews were the same people, and they're not saying that.
Judah Nazareth bit his lip on that motherfucker. Y'all saw that?
I'm not saying all of that, but what I am saying is this lingua franca, is part of the Canaanite tongue, or what we would call. And first of all, the only time you see the land of Canaan is in the Bible. It wasn't even called the land of Canaan, by the way. So we're not going to do it that way.
Look at the screen like, oh my God.
So I'm
Look at you in the face.
You said because Laban was called something, he spoke something. Can you honestly sit back and say that is something correct to say? Because just because I'm a Negro or a Israelite don't mean I speak it, right? Because I'm speaking English. Is someone else still on the channel?
That's it. We don't really need to hear shit else.
Now, as y'all can hit pause. Let's deal with this. So what we were doing.
I'm sorry, let me pause. All right, there you go.
Okay, so as y'all can see, what he tries to do is when I'm questioning him with some hard fucking questions, what he begins to do is he begins to defer back to that one West tactic. Whenever you ask him a question, he wanted to go somewhere else so you can address that. I wasn't dealing with the kanji. I'm not asking about Chinese writing, nor does Chinese writing or any fucking thing else that they do have anything to do with the conversation that we was having.
He talking about he know that shit and why he held up that damn Japanese Bible and trying
it's
to
the same thing. Look, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing. Once again, that's not an original primary source because they don't have any original writing, so he can hold that up all he wants. I could give a fuck. But here's the thing. That's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy given to a people with a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy that was copied into another. So it don't matter. Once again, you dealing with another copy, no primary or original manuscript. So let's check this out. What we have here, watch this. What we have here with this guy is he brings up the kanji. Now notice, everybody that marries these foreign women, they always hollering out something about their native land. You saw Brother Sanchez doing that shit with the Olmecs. Y'all remember that? Yep. Because he married some Asian bitch, I think, or excuse me, some Asian chick. Excuse me, I meant no harm to the brother. He married some Asian chick or whatever she is, right? You saw that with the brother from the Field Advice Show. He tried that. They always want to give your history to their wife. So he brings up the kanji writing that has nothing to do with the conversation. So as he was getting smoked, I asked him twice, and y'all heard him confirm it twice. He said up there, I asked him, where does the Hebrew, so-called Hebrew language come from? He said out of his own mouth, the yahawadah language. He said the Canaanite tongue. And then I said, okay, what's older, the yahawadah tongue or the Canaanite tongue? He said, the Canaanite tongue. Well, thank you, nigga. And language you teaching everybody is the same language that you say other people that you hate, motherfucker. Yep. Game over.
Exactly.
Game over. Nothing else needs to be said. Now pause. Let's continue else what he says, because you're going to get blown out by me, the Solomon. If you think that was easy, for me, wait till we get into debate, brother. You're right. I'm not Sarah Suit Seti. I'm not young Pharaoh. You want to know what I am? Somebody you've never debated, and you've never debated them either. You want attention, I'm going to give you all the attention you need. Because I'm going to make it 100 degrees hot on your ass, and I'm going to be bearing down on your ass. And I'm going to show y'all what I was going to do in this conversation. I asked him,
why Judah Nazareth called him the MVP?
Exactly. I didn't make that name up. Y'all gave me that name. So let's check this out. What I asked him later on in that same conversation, y'all can go check it out over there at NCDL Solar Vision Debate League Classics, because that's a classic. I asked him, can you do a comparison of the yahawadah alphabet versus the Aramaic alphabet? And he said, I already showed it to you. I said, can you write it for us? He didn't want to do that. You want to know why? Because as if he would have begun to write the yahawadah language, he would have been writing goddamn Aramaic. That's why. Because he was trying to get away from the fact that they learned that language and that JPS Tanakh is written in what you call Aramaic or Amharic. It's the same thing with some Yiddish sprinkled into it here and there. So he knew had he started writing, I would have been all like, man, that's Aramaic. That is not That is not the Canaanite language. That is Aramaic. So niggas, stop. Stop playing games, bruh. And you're gonna have to submit a professional premise against me. And I'm gonna submit my premise is you all don't have any original writings. Y'all be all over the place. The Moabite stone, the Manetha Stela. I don't give a shit about none of those African artifacts. I need to see some original artifacts, some original writing. Y'all don't have not one artifact. Y'all don't have no literature. Y'all don't have shit. But yet this God, this smoke in the sky that y'all swear is God, chose y'all. No king, no tomb, no original literature. Y'all don't have shit. Moses don't have no original writings, but yet we all honor and revere him. This shit is called cognitive dissonance. And don't think me, B, and Amber ain't sitting back researching this shit. All y'all can do is try to enslave people with this book at this point. This book no longer has a hold over me. And for all my other brothers, I do not hate you. I do not dislike y'all because you read the Bible. It is fine by me that you read it and study it because there are good things in there. But the thing about this Bible is it makes our people coons. It makes our people reject who they truly are and the greatness that's really in them. And you heard Judah. He always dogging out Africa, but yet you teaching an African dialect out of your own goddamn mouth, nigga. So you busted right there. And there's no way around that. And I'm going to re-premiere that small section on Solar League Division, Solar Mind Debate League Classics. I'm going to re-premiere that, and I'm going to let everybody hear what you said. That's why you open up a 3-hour slander video, because that's all you can do is slander, and everybody knows that your gimmick is old. You same Torah trolls, y'all can get this work too, because you cannot provide an original manuscript past 1450 BCE. As a matter of fact, I'll make it easy for y'all. Cite me an original source. Give me an original source, an original manuscript. I'm going to make it easier for y'all. 700 BCE. There you go. I just made it easier for you. There you go. I just made it easy for you. Cite me an original source. You won't be able to do it. You're going to go into the Babylonian script. Flat out, dog.
Yup. That nigga make a goddamn fool out of this stuff. He had no choice, though. He had no choice. He had no choice. He had no choice but to do that.
No, he didn't. Oh, he didn't have no, not on there because he knew people were listening and he had to tell the truth. See, when he on his show, he could talk all that bullshit and people be falling for that shit. But not in front of me, you not. You thought you was just gonna be on there beating up on one of the Christians. No, I came on there Friday on your show to bang, homeboy. You lucky by the grace of God, I didn't do any of that. And that's only because Orthodox Moore came on there.
Oh, man. Judah so, take that debate. That nigga scared.
No, I hope he do take the debate. Everybody need to see you debate somebody, Judah. Show everybody that y'all ain't got no original text or no original manuscript. Y'all don't have nothing. And I'm going to show you everywhere you dog my eye out. I'm going to open up your book. I'm going to show y'all that y'all took Psalm 104 straight. I'm going to show that y'all took Psalms 104 right up out of the damn Psalm of Otten and rewrote the damn thing. That's called plagiarism. And you can't get around that. You cannot get around that.
Looking foolish.
Then I'm going to show you that Ma'at is a woman. It's a feminine principle. And even y'all law say the law is a feminine principle. So there's no way around it. You're going to get smoked. You can run to that Hindu shit, that little argument that you use. I know that argument all too well, Judah. Because I'm going to show everybody that you teach Hinduism as we already exposed. You teach that Nirmal yoga shit. You participate in it. This is why I keep saying you phony. You a false prophet, nigga. You got to open up 3-hour long slander videos. You can't show me an original temple. You can't show me an original manuscript. You can't show me a grave. But yet, this is why y'all tell everybody to believe. What is there to believe? There's nothing to believe. There's nothing to believe. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. You don't have nothing to show me where I have to believe. And you calling on a God who couldn't even beat iron chariots. He never beat one of Israel's real enemies. All of a sudden, the Israelites felt like, oh, our God hates us now. Let's stop it. You be making this stuff up just like they were. They were making it up as they went along. I need to know who that mystery Pharaoh was Moses was running from. I need to know that mystery Pharaoh that Joseph served under. I need to know that mystery Pharaoh's daughter that Solomon married. I'm gonna go all the way in on you. And I'm gonna need primary sources. If you can't list the primary source, you lose. So please take the debate. How can we call something Torah or the Holy Mikra or whatever it is y'all like to call it when you don't have an original text? You don't have one. Everybody knows this. That's why y'all always run into Moabite stones and the Merneptah Stela and all these other stelas. Yep. Y'all be outside the Bible more than you be inside the Bible trying to make your argument. And they never list Israel as a kingdom. They listed it as a group of people. They said the seed of Israel is no more. But in your Bible, it don't talk nothing about that. That was what, 1200 BCE?
Yup. And look, and they got everybody laughing at you. Shit, your own peers is laughing at you. What happened to you and Quanah getting together on this? You see, Quanah left you all by yourself, buddy. Quanah left you out to die, nigga. And he said Chris Harris gonna whip your ass on the Hindu shit, nigga.
I hope he go to that Hindu shit. That argument cannot work.
I'll take the debate on that. I'll debate him on that Hebrew. I mean, on that Hindu. I'll debate him on that. I'll smoke his motherfucking boots. You already know how I get down. You already know. You can't be coming with that haram key bullshit you be reading and presenting it to the audience. That's not called a primary source, sir. You better learn how to debate. I'm not no bum. You ain't never debated nobody of any caliber. You never debated a guerrilla Hebrew. He wasn't shit neither. Or Josh or Zadok bin Israel. Because you be afraid that they're going to expose your doctrine. But they don't know shit either. Yep. You just don't have any heart. You lack that. You lack confidence. So you got to tear down everybody. Exactly. Every principle that this book teaches, you don't represent it. No. If David was a real king, you lack all of his qualities. You don't have his heart. Who said that a long time ago? Who said that? School of Understanding said that on the Soul of Mind Debate League. He said, Judah, okay, if that's what you teach, why I don't see that in you. He said he don't think none of that shit. And we noticed the same thing. All the Toranites know that. I know that. Greg know that. SOJ know that. Rick Dell know that. I know that. Chris Harris know that. Amber know that. Lamar know that. Everybody know that shit. I know that. Josh, going down the line. They all know that.
You don't even have his qualities. But yet you say he's your king. When Isaiah 55 say what? I've given you guys David as a commander and a leader for the people. And yet you never represent him properly. And you got the nerve to be hollering about saying David.
You got the nerve to tell people he Elijah coming back.
Right.
Out of here, nigga.
You El Lio. You are El Lio.
Yep.
Damn.
playing some goddamn games, nigga.
And I'm not even slandering. But let me tell you something. I can't wait to debate you.
Tell the goddamn truth, nigga. Debate me, nigga. I'll make you scream, Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah, all them antics that you be using, nobody took you seriously, dog, in that chat. Nobody took you seriously. They said you were acting like a clown.
Yup.
Even the white man was on there was saying, this is how an educated person talks. When I was showing everybody the truth.
Yup.
And showing everybody the true literature that come out of chemistry.
Now this is what the black people need. You said, I'm white. This man here is what the black people need. The white man noticed that good man was full of shit. What? God damn.
And that was easy work for me, Judah. And I'm still not slandering you. But you're going to have a long 2 hours or 3 hours in front of Solar Mind with me, boy. I don't know who you've been debating, but I'm not Taharka Bey. I'm not any of that. I'm not any of that. And acting a fool, you're only doing yourself a disservice.
So
Don't embarrass yourself when you get in front of me. Because I'm going to ask you for primary sources. This is season 2 in the debate league. We going to light solar shit up. It's Solar Mind, not Solar Blind, nigga. And you better come with that heat. And the language don't make a God, fool. Let me say this again. A language don't make it God neither, fool. You can run to all them little funny languages all you want. Talking about Japanese people or Israelites. Man, get the fuck up out of here.
And holy shit. That shit comes straight from the damn Canaanites that y'all hated so much.
You heard him say it, folks. It came out of his mouth. I wasn't even asking him no trick questions. I'm asking him straight up questions. He knew it. He couldn't lie. Because he said, oh shit, Chris, this motherfucker on it. Do you know how to speak the language, sir? No, I don't. But that just because I don't know how to speak it, don't mean I don't understand the lingua franca in the period that it comes from.
And that fucked him up when you said that. He was like, oh shit. He said, oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord Jesus, help me, Lord. Help me. Help me,
Lord. One of them niggas. I'm not one of them dudes that fake it till I make it.
Yup. That's exactly what Judah Nazareth been doing for the last 7 years.
I know he has.
Sorry ass nigga.
1-800-273-8255.
Say it, Judah.
Judah, Jesus loves you, man. He believes that you're a man. He believes in you. Just make the call, Judah.
Hey Judah, I can send you a free download of that Van Halen song. Jump! Go ahead, jump! Get you a chair. I'll send you out a chair. Can you send me a chair? Yeah, a nice belt, a chair. Jump! Come on, man. Do your people a favor. Do the household a favor.
And if you really want to make it, and turn it into a mystery, put yourself on top of a ice cube block. So when everything's said and done, people could be mysteriously wondering how you got up there by yourself.
Yo, I just got that shit really good. Stupid. That ain't the ice block. It's stand out for people wonder how you got up there. Come on, dude, jump. Let's do it, dude. Just do it. You like Nikes. Just do it. Because it's all over here. It's all over. There's 7 years to try to make your little fake identity.
Dr. Gary. Dr. Gary.
Dr. Gary.
That's what you call yourself, right?
and your ass over there at the house and shit, got trains and yoga classes. Shit.
Right.
Eating pork.
You're talking about some.
That was a beautiful
Talking about.
pose you did, Judah. That was a beautiful yoga pose you and the family were doing. That was beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. That was. I gotta give it to you. You were giving a sun oblation, huh? You know who else did that, Judah? The priesthood of Amun-Ra. They gave sun oblations because they honored the sun as a form and creation of God, which it is, by the way. Man, Judah, I can't wait for you to show up to this debate. I'm gonna bury your ass.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Exactly.
Krishna.
I'm gonna see if you can back up all that talk with that weak ass Hindu argument. I want to see if you're gonna be able to back up all that talk with that weak ass Hindu false argument that you're making for them authors that you're reading from.
Hold up them papers. That nigga downloaded all them sheets of paper. He downloaded all that shit, printed all that stupid shit out, nigga, to get his ass.
And all that shit, using up all your mama's paper at home, nigga. Come on, Judah.
That nigga went through three reams of papers.
You're gonna read something from a guy named Paul William Robertson. He's not even a historian. If this shit ain't, bro, if this shit ain't what I call coonology, I don't know what is, dog. This shit is some cool ass shit.
Yo, that's the new word, yo. I gotta say coonology.
Coonology, nigga. The study of being a coon.
It's called a new song title called Coonology and Pilly Sweaters.
Start calling him Bumpy Sweater. Call you Bumpy Sweaters from now on. Not Judah Natzarah. Call you Judah Sweaters from now on.
Judah,
what is it?
Why are you talking about all these pics that you got and you keep showing your old classic like shit? But you balling over there though? But you keep wearing the same shit?
Living inside of $1 million neighborhood, looking like a crack house on the corner.
Yo, can we move out there and trap out to the crib? Try what they call the Japanese houses out there, shit.
Hey, yo, Solomon. Yeah, he made that shit up, Solomon.
Oh yeah, Solomon.
Pagodas.
God dang, man. God dang.
What he was doing, hey, Solomon Campbell, he made it up. And I asked him to show me the yahawadah alphabet in comparison to the Phoenician alphabet. And then he sat up there and he calling on Solomon. Why you ain't calling on Yahweh? What you calling Solomon for?
That nigga was calling Solomon. Hey, is Solomon still here?
No. And please, y'all go listen to it. He made that shit up. Ain't no such thing as no Yahweh. It's Yahweh. That's what they always called him. You be running to 30 different languages and all this stupid shit you be doing.
He got Yahweh from? He got Yahweh for nowhere else but one West.
And make sure you put the word in the mirror so you can read it backwards.
Oh shit, remember that shit? That nigga trying to think though. The word in the mirror. Where the Torah tells you to do that, Judah?
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Yo, we seriously trying to figure that one out. Judah Sweaters.
What are you guys gonna do when Russia comes over here to invade? Yo, you dumb motherfucker. Russia would never come over here and invade. War would never be on the streets of the United States, you idiot.
Then he gonna try and use Jeremiah 50. And I wasn't even talking about us. You got these damn prophets giving out 4,000, 5,000 year prophecies. Ain't nobody, man, get the fuck out of here. Man, y'all so stupid with this shit.
You living in a country that doesn't even have an army.
I don't even
I
believe
don't even know what an
Jeremiah
army
even
is.
existed. I don't even believe Jeremiah even existed.
It's crazy, yo. Yo, and that's all we doing. We staying up. We research. Hey, we research. Move on. And that shit with the Canaanite, the language and shit, I've been like, that shit been in the back of my head for goddamn 20 years.
Because these people were Canaanites. I can prove these people were Canaanites. I can prove that too.
Like,
It tell you right there in Ezekiel 16:1. It tells you your mother was a Hittite and your father an Amorite. And when you look at those names, they have the name Yah all through their culture.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna butcher this kid. I'm gonna butcher this man. I'm gonna butcher this child, man.
Yep. Tell him, Willie Grant. Tell him to learn the Bible from you if you want to learn the Bible. Tell him.
If y'all want to learn the Bible, give Chris Harris a call, and I'll show you what it really is. And I'm going to show you where it's going to take you. It's going to take you nowhere. You was not born. Let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all this. And I want to be honest with y'all. You was not born with no goddamn book strapped to your motherfucking ass. All right? Y'all keep trying to find God, and you just came from God. You already directly linked to the Creator. What these things do is it severs your connection with the Creator. I remember when I was tough into the Hebrew thing. Everybody used to be like, you studying? I used to be like, no. Why not, brother? I'm like, I already know what it say. It's the same thing that was in there yesterday.
Yeah. Yup.
It's the same. What are you studying it again for? Oh, maybe you want to learn the astrotheology that's contained within it. Maybe you want to learn the symbols that's contained within it. I don't have no problem with that. I think the book has good things in it. But the problem is it's not going to take you anywhere. God ain't about to come get you and put you in a magical land because you're being obedient to some book. If he was going to do it, he would have just did it by now. When they hollering out 200 years is up, where's all these camps at now? I guess y'all forgot about that. Y'all should have been calling these camps out on that shit. Like, hey man, y'all told us in 200 years, now y'all talking about some Christ gonna be back another, y'all don't know what time he coming this year. Hey, we going into the summer. We going into the summertime now. Y'all want to know what the Valley of the Dry Bones was? That wasn't literal. That wasn't literal. That was figurative language. That was talking about raising up the dead. What did they mean by that? Disobedient people who don't know who they are.
Yep.
That wasn't talking about no resurrection. That temple in Ezekiel's book, that's not a third temple. The word third temple is never mentioned there. It's not mentioned. Ezekiel was in the Babylonian captivity also.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, this information keeps coming out. And like a lot of this shit, you people that been in One West or whatever for a long period of time, y'all know all this shit. Y'all know better, but y'all don't want to, y'all scared of the elders. Because you go to the elders, they're going to be like, well, you got to stay in the spirit. You got to stay in the spirit.
Like what spirit? A kid just got shot down the street from me by the police. And that police officer believed in the same God that this kid did. This stuff severs you from your spirituality. And it severs you from true knowledge of self and who you really are. I promise y'all, if everybody sat up there and stopped going to these camps or learning this nonsense, talking about Jeremiah 50 is talking about America, when America ain't even mentioned there, we'll be in a better place.
Be sane. Yep. It's just fucking crazy, dude. Crazy. And like I said, yo, a lot of y'all know better. Y'all know better. Y'all just afraid of them niggas. Y'all afraid of them niggas. Of what they gonna say. And the friends you gonna lose. Because you done threw away your whole family. And all you got is your little camp buddy. And y'all don't want to let them go. Talking about they family. Them niggas ain't no family. Let something happen to your ass. Them niggas gonna even go see your mom. That's the fact. Jack.
Y'all up in these churches and on the corner learning, and these elders y'all hanging around with, these guys are sitting back reaping the benefits of your labor.
Yeah.
It's just church in the hood. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these cats. We got a group called Hobo Hebrews rapping now. Nigga, what the fuck is a Hebrew? Hebrew does not denote a people. Hobo Hebrews.
Hobo Hebrews?
Yeah.
What the fuck is a Hobo Hebrew?
Bruh, don't even ask me. They got some damn acronym on it.
Oh my fucking God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous what we'll do and the time we'll take or put into something that's not going to help us.
Yep.
Once again, Judah, just to let y'all know, I'm very animated tonight. I want to let everybody know he sat there and admitted himself that the Hebrew language is a Canaanite language. You know why I found that out? Because you've been stealing everything from Africa. These people never had no original language. When the Babylonians found them, and you brothers and sisters keep talking about down with Babylon, which was a Cushitic nation, and it was a beautiful nation at that. Y'all talking about there was a slavery. If there was a slavery in Babylon, why is Jeremiah telling them to build homes and marry their sons to daughters so they don't diminish?
Yep.
Where was the slavery? There was no slavery. It never existed. They said when they found these people were poor. And it never mentioned anything about an Israelite kingdom.
Yep.
Never did. You're talking about Herodotus said that the people was in there fucking goats in the Egyptian temples. But guess what? Last time I checked, y'all was in y'all temple burning your children in them temples. And it's always been some wicked people going up in our temples, studying and doing the wrong damn thing. What that mean?
Yep. Why they had to make them laws? Because you was doing that shit. Because y'all couldn't stop doing that shit.
They be coming with these old dumbass bullet statements that don't even make, like that was their everyday practice. Find a goat so we can fuck it. Y'all will make this shit up.
Yeah, that shit is crazy when they talk like that and shit. That's what the Hebrew is. That's like that Juvenile shit, the standard. So they'll just keep repeating that and keep repeating that to try to drill it in somebody's head. So like, hey, let's go around and suck the goat dick all day.
Right. Like, who in there doing all that? And then you showing pictures, giving commentary. Oh, sorry ass guys, Hindu and this and Hindu and Kemet. Man, that's I'm gonna bust your ass on that.
Wasn't even explaining this shit. Now, if you were showing that,
up.
I could do that. I could show the shield of David and I could show the shield of David in fucking India. I could go to Asia and show the King of David.
Nigga, and talking about the lotus flower. Nigga, you damn right. It came out of the temples of Luxor. You're right, but you teach the lotus flower, nigga. The flower of life. That's where that shield of David shit comes from.
Yup. Right on the
you
temple
making this shit up.
Right on the walls. And
you be making this shit up.
And y'all got it from Pythagoras.
Right. You see him holler out Pythagoras, but sir, Pythagoras never existed, sir. It's another made-up person. You fool. How easy I educated everybody on who Tahuti was? That was easy for me to do. I'll go into the Medu Netter language and show y'all this shit. I've been studying that too. I'm real excited to debate you. Because just like I showed everybody, wasn't no damn Jesus, I'm going to show everybody, wasn't no damn Solomon, wasn't no David, wasn't no Moses, because y'all don't have an original manuscript, bruh. It's just that simple. All of our people, the text, if you read the text and you just read it for what it is, it's a great book. Nothing wrong with it. But when you take this stuff literally, and you think all of a sudden that some God gonna come save you and magically zap you into the land and kill all these Edomites, which Edomites were black people, by the way. They were black. Talking about they was red. It was red. That mean, or dude, maybe it was just an allegory. Maybe it was just that. Maybe these people never existed. Maybe Jacob and Esau is just a story of allegory.
Yep. I saw the same story. What was it, Ghana or Nigeria, one of the two?
All these stories of sibling rivalries are throughout all the Levant, all the Nile Valley area. It's all over the place. It's nothing new. Anytime you see these stories, you generally have a snake and two sibling rivalries in the creation story. Anytime you see a nation in antiquity being built, just like in Rome, you get Venus and Romulus. Okay, you go into all these different you get the even with Zoroastrianism, his two sons. It goes on and on and on and on. When you run into Hinduism, nigga, I'll show you where half the Hebrew got their shit from Hinduism. You making it too easy.
Too easy.
You coming up with all them illicit facts. Nah, homie,
Yeah.
I study. I study. I study. And then you want to holler out, oh, Chris reads cracker books. But you quoting crackers yourself. Paul William Robertson. Nigga, you so goddamn elementary with your damn research.
The other part of the little discussion or debate, you want to call it, y'all had last night, I'm going to put the other part of that video up tomorrow.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow morning or something, right? And you're going to even see in there where I go to Facebook and send Chris a message saying, hey, tell him, ask him what's the name of that book you getting that shit from. That photocopy book you got. What's the name of that book? I bet that shit ain't no primary. That shit offers some church.
We found that book quick.
Yep.
But isn't he on top of all this, sitting there, saying to a cracker that he's gonna be saved?
Right.
Yep.
You the Adrian Broner of debates, Judah. You the Adrian Broner of debates. You all talk. No substance.
I won that fight. Everybody saw that I won that fight.
Right, I won. You won so much. You won so much that you gotta do a 3-hour-long slap. And people called his bluff right there in the chat when we was going at it. They said Chris smoking his ass. I was reading it. They said, now watch tomorrow Judah release a damn rant video slandering Chris all day.
Yep. They know the playbook already. Judah keep telling this playbook. Judah,
You beat your last debate, the last debate you ever won, Judah, against somebody that read the Bible too, was against a dude named So Real. Oh my God. Oh my God. In Taharka Bay. A gentleman who didn't even really want to debate you. I came to the debate league to debate you. I'm getting what I want now. You have been acting, y'all keep running around here with this Yahweh nonsense. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out the information on that too. Show everybody how that too was a Canaanite deity. Yahoo!
Oh yeah, I found that thing too. I want to show that real quick. and then get to the evidence of it. I gotta share this video real quick. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all the occult hand signs Judah was using last night too. Let me show y'all.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! Judah.
Making his bullshit up. Yeah, making
Watch,
it up.
watch this bullshit. Watch. Watch what he do.
Really, what they say? They said, speak to us in the Aramaic language and not in the yahawadah. It can't stem from Aramaic.
Look, now, pay attention to Judah's face.
Well, that's not the statement.
Watch Judah's face.
No,
Watch what he do with his face.
Oh, yeah. Who remembers when that foreigner came into our land? What did they say? They said, speak to us in the Aramaic language, not in the yahawadah.
Look.
That's because that was their language.
Look. What we got there?
That's the original language of the Israelites. They came out of Egypt and they spoke the Canaanite.
I'm going to show you what that is.
Which was a Phoenician language. Yes, it was Proto-Sinaitic. It was not Aramaic. Right. That's incorrect, Judah. You gotta stop. That's the truth. Aramaic is the mother tongue.
That ain't true, Judah. You gotta stop.
Aramaic came like way out. So it's not. It wouldn't come off Yahweh. It wouldn't be Asiatic. It would.
He's lying. Look at him. Look, I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. All right, now watch. Now watch this, dog. Watch this. Watch. Let me show you how to prove what Judah was doing right there. You know, niggas sit there and bullshitting people. They think we don't know no better. Motherfucker forgot who Killer B was and shit.
Throwing them hand signs out. 1-800, tell them why you're mad, son.
I'm trying to be like Ariel, because I picked this up from Ariel.
You even remember the time when the general found his damn wallet? He had things inside the damn wallet where you go hand signs. They always on them dumb hand signs.
Watch people. Watch this.
Right, that's my power. Are you gonna click on this? Now you're sending this over here to 215. Right. Oh, enter your truck.
Look. See what he was saying? I'm telling you the truth. See? That's a shout out to Dolo the Moore. Dolo the Moore be telling people what that shit is. He be cutting that shit down. He be telling motherfuckers what that shit is. Now look at that nigga shooting that sign, nigga. He got Dolo the Moore. There was a debate Starbetter had. Dolo the Moore had got at Brother Reggie, right? From Starbetter. He said, nigga, why you shooting all them signs and shit? He put that nigga right on the spot. He said, nigga, I see you shooting high as a kite. He said, why you shooting all them signs, nigga? He said, why you keep shooting those signs, nigga? You shooting high as a kite, motherfucker. Judah, why you was lying? Why you was you lying, nigga?
Hold on, hey, Judah, let me ask you a question, brother. Do I look like a fool to you? Do I look like somebody stupid?
And time and all that. That's the thing.
Right. Do I look like one of them dumbasses that you got on your team over there? Get up out of here, man. That's an insult. That shit you was bringing forth. Then he tried to put the Amharic language over the Geese language. Like what?
Man. And he got the people over there fucking. He got his little Tom and fucking goddamn SOJ. Yeah, Judah. Yeah, they go to the yahawadah. Can I read this scripture real quick?
I'm over there showing why Jesus can't be a sacrifice. And he come over there with some bullshit scripture, Isaiah 61. Like, Judah, really? This is what your team is? This is what your team got? I was just all like, okay, good job, man. Good job, kid. Here's $2. Run to the store and buy us something right quick.
Yep.
Run to the store and buy me something. Go get us some chips and sodas. Go ahead, man.
Yep.
Keep the change. Hey, look. Keep the change, kid. Back home in Detroit, I used to do that working at a barber shop when I was younger. I remember Al used to tell me, keep the change, Chris. Shit, them little $1.75 add up at the end of the night when you're 12 years old.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You walking out with about $35 and shit. You running to the store buying snacks and stuff at the end of the night.
That shit add the fuck up. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yup. You'd be glad somebody else to tell you to go to the store.
Yep. Be sweeping over here. They be giving you $8 here and there. I remember all that shit. I remember this one guy. I was just all like, I remember the man was like, "You ain't gonna tip him?" Well, he's supposed to be in here sweeping. He ain't doing it for free. Tip him.
Yup.
He's sweeping up your shit. I remember I was like, "Nah, that's all right. I ain't gonna sweep it up no more." Everybody like, "Oh!" Running the damn. They was trying to act like the movie Goodfellas and shit. Yeah. But let me answer Solomon. Let me answer Solomon Campbell right quick. He asked, "Where do laws come from?" Well, you know what, Solomon? I believe that we are a spiritual people, and I believe laws were always put in the universe already. Like a bird, when it's born, it already knows how to fly. Its mother don't teach it. Its mother throws them out the nest and say, "Go fly." Right? A bird doesn't wonder what it's going to do. A bird doesn't know. A bear doesn't wonder what it's going to do. It's already programmed to do that. You are already pre-programmed in your DNA to know that there's a creator, A, and B, to know to love your parents and your brothers and sisters. You know, they say there's no greater hurt than when your mother dies, right? I almost lost my mother. She had 2 aneurysms, and she came back from that 100%. So what I try and sit up there and say is, I remember when she was going through that, how bad I felt every day. Freshman year in college, thinking I was getting ready to lose my mom. There was no greater hurt than what I was going through. So you already know, you already are pre-programmed to know that there's a certain law in the world on some things that you're not supposed to do. Hell, you knew when you were little, when you stole a candy bar, you ain't know nothing about no 10 commandments. You wasn't in no damn church, but when you stole something, you looked left and right because you knew it didn't belong to you. Stop playing. Don't play me on that Bible stuff right now. Just say, you know what, Chris, you're telling the truth on that. No one gave you any laws. You already knew.
And before
Go ahead.
Before I even came into truth and stuff, I was receiving blessings from the Most High. Whoever I was praying to at that time was blessing me. Sometimes I had rent, but I had my little apartment and shit back in the day. Fucking, I was paying my little rent and shit. I was short. Hundreds of dollars short. Most High come through. That shit come out the ground on my ass. So you trying to tell me the Most High wasn't looking out for me before I came into the truth? I had to be a Hebrew Israelite to get blessings from the Most High?
God loved one group of people. God got gates. God got arms. God walked through the garden. All these God only chose this group of people, a chosen generation.
Yep.
You giving God human characteristics. Y'all give God a name. God's name is Yahweh. God's name is Yahuwah. God's name is Yahweh. Excuse me. All these different names.
Yup, different names. I saw some big booger bear ass nigga and shit up on the goddamn live on Facebook. This nigga was wearing a big ass priest, you know, the 12 fucking stones and shit. That nigga was wearing one of them shit with a plastic gold garment.
Yeah, you niggas running around here looking like genies in a magic lamp.
Yeah, a big fat ass genie. That's what that nigga look like. A big fat ass genie. Yeah, you
Come
come
with
out,
y'all
bro.
bullshit doctrine and y'all pseudo history. And then when you show them real history, you know what? I'm gonna do a lesson on the Ark of the Covenant. And I'm gonna show y'all where it's really at. And I'm gonna show y'all the real picture of it.
When you showed me that image, that shit fucked me up. I was like, damn. I was like, wow, I ain't never seen
They
that shit.
got the real Ark with the 2 cherubims on it. And it come right out of motherfucking African Egypt. And it's all gold. They got bulletproof glass around it and guards watching it and everything. That's the one King Akhenaten was born in. Akhenaten, I can't say it right now, where he was buried in. Then you see the real Ark. So whoever got these 2 cherubims in this gold Ark got the power of God. So let's see who had it. Let's put the evidence on the board. But see, y'all too cooned out with y'all Bible. Y'all too cooned out. Y'all ready to say Egypt is evil. Y'all ready to holler out. Y'all too cooned out. Y'all not ready for the real truth. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna go step by step with this thing, and I'm gonna be doing the lessons just like I gave y'all Torah lessons. I'm gonna give y'all Egypt lessons, because that's what you want to call them. Talking about Egyptian Hinduism. The Hindus ain't had nothing to do with no damn Egypt. That's a lie. He know it. It's the reverse, fool.
He just want all. He'll say anything to get all this attention. That's all it is.
That shit's so easy to debunk. And guess what? Ain't none of them motherfuckers sat up there and did the research themselves. I bet you if they did the research themselves, they were like, nah, Judah, you wrong about that, brother.
Yup. Even Kunai told him that. He said, go ahead and do it and put up that damn Hindu shit if you want. That nigga gonna smoke your boots on it.
I'm gonna blow your ass out on that shit.
But I don't even like, he didn't even have to even tell him that shit. He just warned him. Nigga felt bad for him.
That's a One West teaching, homie. Listen, Judah, I promise you, if you do that, that'll be the end of your career on YouTube. G-Man gonna be calling you out like, come on, you little bitch. Debate me, you little bitch.
What up, Yaquab?
What up, Yaquab? What up, Yaquab?
Yeah, it's been about a month since I last came on one of these streams.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro.
Yeah,
glad to have you on.
Yeah, seeing Judah getting quite whack on this whole language stuff. He just doesn't know anything about it.
He don't. And he claims he's been a Hebrew Israelite for 20 years.
Hey, we got a guest, so I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute since we got a guest and let y'all talk. What up, Yaquab? Peace to you, brother.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of people who are in these things for 20 odd years, but they don't learn anything. I mean, I've been in this about 2 years. I mean, it's not hard to go study, just people are too lazy.
Yeah. But probably a difference between you and a lot of other people, you don't have a cult leader standing over, like, breathing down your neck.
No, I never
study.
No, I never really have. I mean, I'm just sort of I'm out of the truth. I mean, I'll look at things which are what people would call controversial, but you know, I mean, people are just afraid to like study things or say there's a contradiction here, there's something which doesn't make sense, because it's just a very narrow-minded worldview a lot of times.
Yep.
I mean, sometimes I've been in those situations where I did agree with that. Now I don't. And you do change when you learn. But a lot of people just trust their cult leaders, pastors, priests.
Now, you look at Judah Nazareth, 2012, he got Haile Selassie up on his profile picture.
Yeah, I mean, isn't he saying that Haile Selassie is Jesus?
Yep.
2012.
Man. So, what do you think about all the shenanigans and shit that went on last night? What did you think?
It ended up being a whole pile of emotions and basically cover-up lies. I mean, when you're trying to get into all the Chinese stuff, it's like, that's not even relevant, as you're probably saying. And then he was trying to claim that, yahawadah, which probably isn't how it's even pronounced. Because, I mean, he gets that off one small reference. It just means the language of Judah, really. And then he also makes stuff up about Aramaic. I think he said that's the language of the hill country. That doesn't even mean that. It's just the language of Aram, because that's what the suffix means. And then he's going all these crazy tangents because they were speaking Aramaic. I mean, there was some Hebrew that would have survived. But that's about it.
Yeah, man, the dude has no clue what the fuck is going on. But long as somebody's listening to him, he believes in himself. You see how nasty he gets when he loses, though? He went straight to that live stream this morning. He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait.
Pretty salty.
Yep. Salty as a motherfucker. He was waiting on me because I had the stream already set up, I think. I had the stream already set up, and I saw him just went on.
I mean, I don't think he's actually going to properly debate anyone, really, because it was back in January time, he was saying, I'm going to debate Canaan, I'm going to debate Chris. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
He just kept saying it, and then he went back. I mean, I even taunted him once. Why don't you just debate him and then prove you're right? But he still pussied out. Yep.
And you see him on the show last night, he was doing that. Orthodox Moore was like, yo, you got to debate Chris. That's like the sun rising and setting. Like, you got to do it. Like, know what I mean? He said, yeah. And then the psychology, you look at his face is shaking his head no, but he's saying yes.
Yeah, he does seem pretty scared on that. I mean, he just can't defend his man-made stuff or Masonic stuff because that's a lot of what his doctrine lines up with. I mean, he chats shit about Egypt, but...
exactly. That's where all his doctrine lines up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That was the group I posted in, where basically I found this quote from an ancient Greek author, which basically said the Egyptians, one of their main, the priests, what they were teaching was geometry, and that's one of the things Judah's teaching. So I just found it quite funny, and I had to post that. So
I even was about to bring out some stuff. I'm still studying it. How a lot of that shit too he's teaching stemming from the OTO, that Aleister Crowley's group.
Well, that's pretty obvious concerning Neki, but
yep. And I've been looking for New Era King's video. I've been trying to find his damn channel. I swear I was subscribed to it. I know I was looking for it, but then we started up the show and stuff. I stopped looking. But he did a video on Judah and how Judah talked about the Lodge of Perfection and all that shit. Well, the OTO also got a Lodge of Perfection.
Yeah, I mean, the OTO also has that star in some of the rituals. And then one of those rituals of which I read, basically, it then has the cross as a symbol of Osiris risen. Which, obviously, the cross symbol he associates with the cube, and also Osiris, who he claims is Jesus as well. So, interesting links there.
Like, what it is, he really think, like, black people that fucking stupid. Like, he think we all stupid. Like, stupid as a motherfucker. Now, Judah was raised around Puerto Ricans. Like, I know you don't know this shit. You're in England, London and stuff. But here in America, like, Puerto Ricans, not saying nothing about Puerto Ricans and shit. I'm just telling you what it is socially. A lot of them, they'll hang out with blacks hang around them, like their culture, their music, and all that shit. But when it comes down to something where they feel they should be, they feel more, how can I put it? They feel like they have more privilege than black people. There was a time, you hardly ever hear them say it now, but it probably, maybe because I'm older, I just don't like hear them older Puerto Ricans talk like that. But young Puerto Ricans back then, they say we wasn't no slaves. We wasn't no slaves. They didn't make us no slaves because a lot of them are Caucasian. A lot of the same ones that we think are Puerto Rican and stuff, they're Spaniards.
Yeah, that's
so they know their history. And a lot of those island countries are like 60-70% Caucasian.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of like the Spanish colonial era where you did have the whites on top and then you had the various degrees of clans based on race. Seems nothing's new under the sun.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I see him, he's using nigga all the time and shit. Like, this is like his vibe. Like, you know what I mean? When you talk. Like, I see it, like, clear as day. Like, I've been around that before. Yep. This shit is crazy, man. But, yeah, thanks for coming on, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, who else we got up there here? Brother Dan Heru. Brother Heru. Don't forget Hindu. You got the links there, Brother Heru.
Come on in, Brother Heru. Hey, look, Brother Yaquab, check this out. I don't knock anybody for reading the scriptures. I believe the scriptures teach great lessons. But what I'm trying to tell my people is what you guys are doing is you guys are reading these thinking a God is going to come and save you. That's just not what this does. That's just not what's going to happen. If you believe that that's going to happen, you're going to be in a long wait. Because many people of the Levant region practice or taught that a God was going to come and save them from a captivity. This wasn't the first one. All right? Even the gods of Sumeria with the Enki angels and things like that, they believed that their God would come and save them. And it's just not true. These are just I hate to say it, archetypal or parallel type stories. And once I began to see that and learn that, I was just all like, look, there's nothing to be arguing about here. It's really nothing to argue about. These things are supposed to be a way you think. It's supposed to teach you how to think on a grander scale. Yeah. Not a creed. Once you start teaching it as a creed, you begin to do what? You begin to jump on people. You begin to tell people your God ain't God. If I went into Kemet, and if I came into your land in Sumeria and I told the story of Noah's Ark, I'm like, man, get out of here. I don't know nothing about no damn Noah. That's the story, that's the Gilgamesh about Utnapishtim. I'm like, get on out my face. And if you took it into Egypt, they'll talk about the new Ankh, which was the boat that Asar took into the heavens. They'll talk about that. But see, the Bible teaches what I don't like about it. It teaches that everything else is evil. I wonder why it was doing that. And I just have to be real with that. I'm not going to back down off of that. Who are we to go into somebody else's land and say your God ain't God? How can we today say that book is God and we in the position that we in? Now, if the white man said no, God is God, right? I would have to believe him because his God is blessing him and we all fucked up. I would have to actually believe that. And I'm just using common sense here. Like, come on, man, stop it, man. Get out of here. But I'll tell you this in closing. Don't come at me with that language shit. I'm not playing that game no more. I'm tired of hearing you tell that lie, that yahawadah shit. There's no language called yahawadah.
I ain't never heard that shit before in all my days.
We used to listen to all that.
Yahawadah.
Yahawadah.
That nigga just made that shit up.
Him and Negi, I remember when him and Negi, I first heard him and Negi say that. I was like, what? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know about you. Talking about America is the daughter of Babylon. Get out of here, man. You know how
if you
foolish
look that
y'all
up,
sound.
the only thing that you can see with that is a bunch of kooky church leaders teaching that. You might as well say the fucking goddamn chip, the mark of the beast. You might as well be saying all that shit too.
Yeah, people do say that.
Every little conspiracy theory. But that would grab people.
What up, Haru? Hold on, guys.
What's up, man? How y'all doing, brothers?
Hey, brother. Hey, Rue. What's happening? What's happening, bro?
Not much, you know, man. Just you know, replaying tapes. You know, getting evidence on burnings. You know what I'm saying? Just going back and, you know, just looking at, you know, when I don't even want to say his name, but you know, brothers kept talking about how he kept talking about, man, that's what motherfucker Hindu. Why he always talking to cadence like he running out of breath? You know what I'm saying? But he's just like, you motherfucker, shit. Talk about Chris. I'm your motherfucker daddy, nigga. Nigga. He's
crazy
stuff, right? But all the Hindu stuff don't go back no further than like 2100 BC. That's as far as you can go back.
I read that shit somewhere in that.
Yeah, in the Vertus, I think it's like the Vertus script is the oldest thing that even tells about it, and it only goes back like to 2000 BCE.
I got something for your ass on that, brother. Hey, bro. I
just don't get what he's saying. And then the word, when you start talking about Hindu, just from doing the quick research, it was first just referred to a people, not even a religion. That was, I think it was like north of the Indus Valley. It wasn't until like the 1500s when they started to, and it was the English motherfuckers that started talking about the religion of it.
Yep.
So I don't know why he keeps saying like, oh, it came up and we just got all this stuff. He mentioned the lotus flower, and I was looking at how the mythology came up for the lotus flower. And part of the mythology was that Brahma was supposed to marry one woman. No, I'm sorry, he didn't marry one. Brahma fought a demon who was on the lotus flower. He beat him, and where the petals left made it sacred. And that's like 1500. Yep. He said that they came into Kemet and gave them spirituality, but he don't give a date. And if he says they, I don't know who they is exactly. But if they would have came there, then one thing me and Chris are talking about is what did he build or establish? Because they already had a flourishing civilization there. He's just some crazy shit, man. I don't know how. Like I said, the brother crazy. And
the Kushites are the one that developed India.
Yeah, because we got to start talking about the Black Davidians and how they pushed into that and brought the civilization, and then how it was corrupted by what they call the Indo Aryan, which is Iranian or some shit like that. But you know, like I said, man, I was just up. Just looking at the shit that actually he was talking about. Because no matter how crazy somebody is, you always look at their information. I don't care what you say. I'm going to look at your information, what you saying. And everything that he said, I was just sending Chris some snippets and shit, and we just talked about it. I'm like, dude, you sending me authors of novelists and shit, and you know what I'm saying, just some crazy shit. Articles, like Chris said, man, and you said it too. You're like, oh, he just got an article right there. He don't want nobody to see it. He got it all highlighted. So he's just searching for shit on the internet that supports his stance, whether it's valid or not.
Oh, check this out. Let me read this real quick. It says, I'll just start here. They settled down as husbandmen and tilled the fields. Unlike the modern Hindu, they ate beef. They adored God identical with those of Egypt, Chaldea, and Ethiopia. Who were these people who 4,500 BC possessed towns and built ships? Semites and Turians had no such arts. When the Hebrews left Egypt, they did not understand the art of welding iron. Persians of late ages used Egyptians as their carpenters. The historic Greek and Romans at this early age had not emerged from caves in use of rude stone tools. Let us glance at the gods. Wait, I missed the part where I want to go through here. I want to get right to the point. I read it to Chris earlier. I want to get exactly where it was. It was talking about the Vedas and stuff, right? And how the Vedas said that the people that came, they spoke of the Cushites coming there. And how they the ones that brought like the religion and all that stuff there. Like, you know what I mean? And then like all the other crazy shit is the stuff that the heathens or the other people that was in the land, they later came and changed up everything. Okay, those who read the Rig Veda intelligently and without the confusing glasses of prejudice, these mutilated and interpolated writings are but a description of the familiar traits and customs of Kushite Ethiopians. The Brahmins were probably a much later and intermixed branch of the inhabitants of Hindu Kush. That they were intermixed, we can tell by their cruelty. Full-blooded Kushites are very gentle. The fact that the Brahmins altered the Sanskrit writings to such great extent is proof itself they were not the original authors of these works. They took over and appropriated much from Buddhism that would appeal to the masses. When they found it otherwise impossible for them to sit in the saddle of the priesthood, an ancient treatise tell us in the early Kushite element that they adorned their dead with gifts and raiments and ornaments, imagining thereby that they shall attain the world to come. Their ornaments were bronze, copper, and gold. One, a non-Aryan chief, described this race as a fearful swiftness, unyielding battle, and color like a dark blue cloud. This old type is represented today by the compact masses of the South. These Dravidian constitute 46 million of Southern Indians today. They represent the unmixed Kushite types. All the rest of the blood of India is heavily mixed with this strain.
Well, that's called cross scholarship. You can read two different things and they match. Two different sources, two different people reading two different things, and we coming up with the same thing. That's why, Chris, you just gotta do the invasion, bam on his door, and do like the U.S. And if he don't want to come out, just sanction his ass. Limit his ass from any social media until you fucking debate him.
Yeah.
Sanction his ass. He talking too much shit. For real.
That's what I be trying to tell people and shit. I'm like, yo, why y'all let that nigga up on there? I tried to put that in the chat last night, and I found out the niggas got me blocked. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't unblock me, gonna be some problems. Letting y'all know right now. Don't get me started in this shit. I'll start setting fires over there. Mm-hmm. Fuck around. And I don't make fake accounts, nigga.
Yeah. Judah don't want to see me in nothing, man. He don't want to see Killer B neither. He don't want to do it. He just talking. That's why he was listing all them illicit facts. Like we stupid. That's just to put on a show for an ignorant audience. Yep. That's it. You're reading from William H. Robinson, who's not even an anthropologist, let alone a real historian. You went and cited something that you thought was correct, and you never even read the peer review on his work.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
That type of shit.
Right now, Optimus Prime said it's going to rain tomorrow, and a motherfucker dressed up like Optimus Prime is going to be given the fucking weather. That's how kooky the internet is. So you can read all these dumbass books. Then he likes to always say, oh, look, like I said, he's reading a cracker's books. But then the first thing he do is go read one and quote it.
And the nigga not even a scholar.
That's what got me. I was looking for his credentials. He said he went to Oxford. He went for like English or some shit. I'm like, dude, that shit will get you in trouble in a scholarly debate as far as accrediting your sources.
Yeah,
But,
you know who? Oh, my bad. Go ahead,
Willie. Go ahead, Willie. Because this motherfucker, I gotta get a drink because he be making my blood pressure go up just thinking about his ass.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yo, you know who to blame for all this?
Who?
Yo, for all the people that are sitting there back from the beginning, that from the Torah Night's beginning, from the day that he sat there and said, and I'm still gonna bring it up, and I'm always gonna bring it up, for him to sit there and say, Negi, you are going to be saved. From that moment on, everybody should have either dethroned him or whatever you do inside your own council. From that moment on, like whatever comes out his mouth should never matter. How you gonna sit there and killer?
Yeah.
Yo, how many times have you told me that I'm not going to heaven?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of times. For how many years? You say how many years? How many times?
And do we still have dialect?
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean? Why is that? Why is that?
Israelite is it that not even in the truth or in the truth. Willie Grissom sit there and discuss all that shit with for years. I've been going at Willie Grissom that shit for goddamn 20 years, guys.
Now, have I ever once sat there and said, like, yo, you wrong?
Kill your ass to sit when yahawadah come back. Now, pass me that damn bottle. Man, I had your cracker lips on it.
Exactly.
Yup. And Willie Grissom sitting right there, like, all right, Joe.
Man, bottom line is that Sola needs to force a debate. And the reason why is because Judah talked way too much shit, even when Chris was when he was being civil with him, and he wants to talk about, nigga, I'm your God, I'm your daddy, I'm your master, I'm your all this, and he's just spouting out illicit facts that have nothing to do with the subject, having diarrhea of the mouth, not saying a damn thing, but keep making claims. So since he keeps saying Chris don't want me, Sola should force a debate. Dude, if you go get on my channel, Chris calling you out, y'all been doing this long enough, y'all need to debate. Pick it. You know what I'm saying? And then sanction his ass. Hey, you can't come on this channel until you debate. Nobody want to hear no discussion. You just running your goddamn mouth, not giving any dates, talking about a lotus flower. Oh, look, you have a lotus flower here and a lotus flower here. That means that where you think it come from? Kush, Indo Kush, Budweiser. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, the dude's a clown.
Yup. And the dude, like, he was saying, like, this is a good part. When the Orthodox more, I think that was this morning. I guess him and Hadassah don't talk no more, right? So he was saying, yeah, man, y'all need to talk, man. Y'all need to straighten that back out, man. You know, man. Man. You know how it is, man. Well, like, I'm like, this nigga's really crazy. I just listened to this nigga for like 3 minutes, and he didn't say a fucking thing. But say like 2 words, they go, well, you know, man. Well, you know, well, whatever. That's all you heard. But the nigga's supposed to be talking. But 3-4 minutes went by with this nigga not saying a fucking thing. But whatever. Well, you know. Well, I'm like, nigga, you just took up a couple 4 minutes of people's time. It's crazy. He does that shit all the time. He does that in his normal speech. He's not there in the head at all. Like, that motherfucker not there in the head at all. Yup.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was hoping that he was gonna be on again and talking about something, and just finish up at least the language part. You know, he was talking about that Aramaic is the mother tongue of Hebrew, or I was hoping that they finished that one up.
All that nigga gonna do is fucking sit there and shuck and jive when Orthodox one told him you got to debate. That nigga was trying to wiggle his way out of it. He said, so Monday's your normal day off and stuff that you're free. He said, y'all can listen to the shit yourself. Whatever. He's like, Wednesday, right? So Wednesday, okay, nigga. So Wednesday, Tuesday night, we should be debating your ass, nigga. He said, but why I gotta debate, Chris? Like, for what? What is that I'm getting out of it? What you get out of debating so real, nigga?
You talking shit. That's why you debating them. You made claims.
He said, everybody know I'm gonna win. Everybody knows I'm gonna win. So what point is it me debating him? Everybody know I'm gonna win. Nigga, that mean you ain't gonna win. That mean you scared, nigga.
Yeah. That's what I said. They should force the debate.
He was trying to find a way out. He was trying to say that everybody gonna know he gonna win, so he don't have to debate.
Then who is everybody?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what people say. Everybody doing it. Motherfucker, who is everybody?
Yo, I bet you tomorrow he's gonna say, "Oh fuck the Solomon debate league. They a bunch of booty house bandit, faggot, Masonic, fucking devil worshippers, Luciferians, and all this other fucking stupid shit." Watch tomorrow. We be all of that. So then he's not gonna deal with Solomon. I'm not gonna debate on that goddamn Solomon league because he even tried to say that he don't want no judges.
he wanted rigged, huh?
Yeah. Talking about he don't want no judges.
Even if it's rigged, all he's gonna win is the L. So.
Yup. That shit can hit him right in the top of his head, like. She gonna be like, doom. She gonna fall right on his head.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't want Solar Vision, there's probably a gazillion other platforms you can debate on. He
can say some stupid shit. Somebody that ain't gonna have him on. That's what he gonna do. Yup. That shit's sad, yo. That motherfucker's a sad motherfucker, yo. They don't get no sadder than that.
Hey, what part of that discussion did it go south? Because when I was first listening to it, him and Chris seemed like they were just having discussion. Normal tones, normal speech, and then I think I was gone for just a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And the next thing I know, I hear him just going at Chris.
Yeah, I think I was there for that. That's when I came in. Because I was like, I hope Chris tearing his ass up. And then I was like, oh shit, Chris fucking this nigga up. I was on the edge of my seat. I
was like, what happened? Because they was talking, like just talking. And then the next thing you know, he was like, oh, what? Trying to bring on that shit. What? Nigga, listen, nigga, I was like, damn.
Yup. That shit crazy.
Yeah. He's not stable, man.
Nah, he's not.
Chris from what I know, Chris didn't come at him in any type of threatening way, any type of insulting way. He just asked questions. And from him asking the question, he just started going off. And I'm like, how do you go off just by somebody asking you a simple question?
Yeah. Because it was a threat to him. It was a threat to his knowledge.
A threat to his cult.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly. Yeah, I remember it now. Because, Chris asked him a basic question. And all of a sudden, it just turned up. No. It turned up when Chris like, that's not true, Judah. When he said that, Judah fucking flipped. He flipped this shit. He went nuts. He said, that's not true.
Yeah, I told you. I said, man, I'm telling you, they was talking normal.
Yeah.
And they was having a conversation, and then I clicked off, and then I clicked back on, and next thing you know, Judah was just going, he was like just screaming and shit, and motherfucker, you don't know, I'm your daddy, nigga. I'm your God. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. Teach all that Hindu Islam shit about devil worship. I'm like, what? But Chris' voice never really changed. Like Chris wasn't like, fuck you, motherfucker, you nothing. So I was like, what happened?
Yup. Another loser up in here talking about Judah gave us nightmares.
Hey, who said that?
Judah Nazareth in the chat.
Judah Nazareth in the chat.
Who
in the chat?
Yeah. Might be Judah Nazareth, most likely.
Hey, I'm not even in the debate league, but I'll debate somebody from his camp. I'll debate them on the Bible.
Ain't nobody from the camp gonna debate.
I'll debate them on the Bible. And I'll say it right now, I don't even know the Bible like that.
Nigga coming up in here, motherfucker make a fool of his own goddamn self by coming up in the room. That nigga that's smoking has made an ass out of himself. He don't even know it. That's how much zombies these motherfuckers is.
Yeah.
For real. It's a damn shame. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Somebody continue talking. Hold on, I gotta do something. You heard me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that dude is wild though. You supposed to practice what you preach.
Your boy had it. Just do like you do like a stork. Just put he had it.
He'll leave everybody to die.
Hey man, but I'm telling you, man. Hey, it's on another subject, man. But I don't know what it is about Rob and G-Con. Man, it was during that. I know, was it Jude? No, it was Yara. Yara had Rob's what y'all call that? His avatar?
Yeah.
Man, Rob lost his shit. Rob had more plagues on Yara than God had on Egypt in the Bible.
Like, why would we even do in a discussion like that? That just shows like what it's about. Like the nigga retarded. Like, who would even talk like that? And then that nigga went on that long story about that nigga going to jail and fucking like, who gives a fuck, dude?
Man, Rob cursed him and his kids. I was like, damn. I'm like, damn, Rob.
He was like, I hope your mother get raped and like fucking stupid shit. Your mother and your daughter get raped. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I was like, Rob. I don't know. Some people think Rob isn't intelligent. Rob is an intelligent dude.
Who the fuck think Rob intelligent? I used to think that years ago. I'm like, how do these motherfuckers sit here and act like Lindy and Middlebrooks? If your ass is listening, come please, the link's in the chat. Bring your ass up out here and explain that shit. I used to go in on that. Shout out to that sister, man. She alright, sister, man.
Rob is
I used to be standing out Lindy and Middlebrooks' head. But it was all in funny shit, though. Look, I used to like, what do you see in this nigga? Like, he's not teaching you nothing.
Man, Rob is intelligent, man. Rob gotta curve his language, man. It takes away from what he knows.
That nigga don't know shit. The nigga don't know nothing. All the debates he did fucking was Chris. They were debating Chris. They wasn't debating that nigga. That nigga's stupid as fucking shit. Like, he's stupid as all hell. Like for real, like real talk. Like, I already dealt with him years ago. Like the nigga just don't he don't take correction and none of that. Like, You just be on some bullshit, like straight up bullshit.
Yeah,
I offered to debate him for $1,000. That nigga wouldn't take it. I said, "You rob rack, right?" He got his name for robbing people for their racks. So I said, "Rack, nigga, let's go." And that nigga wouldn't do it. So from now on, I was like, "Well, I'm not even gonna bother with this nigga." I told him before. I'm like, "You clown, like you just talk, like you know what I mean? Talking that shit." We done cut it, was spanked the shit out of his ass so many times. Yo. It was not even funny. That nigga just keep coming back. Like, you remember those things you had, what they call them shits? You knock them down and shit, the weeble wobble fucking shit, you hit that motherfucker pop back up and shit. Like, what, nigga? You kick the shit out of that motherfucker when you was a little kid and shit. That motherfucker fly across the room, fall down, hit his head on the floor, and pop right back up on your ass. Shit. Y'all remember those things when you were little kids and shit? That you blow up and it had to wait at the bottom and shit. You kick it, that motherfucker come right back up and shit.
You know what the weeble? You said the weeble wobbles?
Yeah, it was all something and shit. I forgot this shit. I had one. You punch the shit out of that motherfucker hit the ground, and that motherfucker pop right back at me, looking you right in the face again.
See, I had the little toys. They came with the school. It came with the school. They had a farm. They had the farm truck.
Oh shit. Yeah, we're talking about this shit. You knock down, that motherfucker just pop right back up on your ass. It was like a punching bag, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, down and come back up. Yeah. Anyway, fuck that nigga. But yeah, like I was like, and I was telling Chris too, I was like, yo, I know a lot of people just like that. Like when you talk something that's too intelligent, or they feel like they're out of place, or they're not smart enough for the conversation, or can't add, and they want the attention, they'll just say any old thing to get attention. Like we had a dude out here, right? We were talking like me and Willie Grits, right? I could be cussing. I'm talking about a couple years ago. I could be cussing Willie Grits out. He'll crack an ass guy, and y'all like, okay, Willie Grits team might all that, right? And Willie Grits, we just talking. You know what I'm saying? This thing is thing because you can't find his way into the conversation. He'll just start talking about some old street shit. Like, Willie Grits know who we're talking about, right? So, that nigga will start talking about, yeah, I used to rob niggas shit back in the day. Like, nigga, we talking about the fucking Bible, nigga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you just come out of the blue like, nah. Willie Grits, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't even know. I don't know Bob like that. I've talked to him a few times, and he seems, he seems intelligent to me. He seems like he knows his stuff, but his language and the antics, when like he get upset with people,
What up, cat?
It takes away from him.
Why is he getting upset? That nigga, they had him on doing the channel one day, right? This is when I came back. This nigga got so mad and frustrated with it that he felt that he had to go get his gold chain. He had to go get his chain and show everybody his chain with the big R on it. Like, then he had to count some money in front of him. Then he had to flash that shit.
Watch the line for 2 more minutes. I gotta take care of something for Johnny. Watch the line for 2 minutes. I gotta take care of something right quick.
All right, my bad. I gotta put out my own shit. And,
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, shit is ridiculous. And people still have like fuck with that. Yeah, people just like fucking. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all got me on that one. I have no idea why they
This nigga was threatening motherfuckers, all types of dumb shit. Like, oh man, grow up, motherfucker. Shit, you gotta be like 40 at least. Like that shit he did with GMS and shit. Look like a straight sucker. Gonna go out there with the burner and shit, and a fake ass bulletproof vest, and ain't do shit. Just made an ass out of himself. But anyway, this show ain't about that fucking sorry ass nigga.
Yeah. I ain't even get on it like that. But hey, since you know something, can somebody okay for my studies, when y'all talking about Daniel 9, y'all reading from Daniel 9 to what?
That's Chris' department. That's Chris's department.
Is that the whole Daniel 9, or is that like Daniel 9, 3 through 12 or some shit? What is it?
24 through 27. That's what they use.
20. And what's the theme of it?
Well, Christians are trying to claim that it's all to do with the coming of Jesus and him dying, but that's not what the text actually says. It's to do with the building of Jerusalem, its destruction, and the destruction of the priesthood after that. And it's been attributed in older authors to Antiochus Epiphanes, whereas the Christians play this weird game of trying to link it to Jesus' death by it's a whole mix of argument.
Oh.
But Chris probably knows a bit more about that one than I do.
Yeah, so, department, definitely.
Okay. And so is this I guess, and what they're saying is that this is prophecy? I guess that's what the New Testament people would be saying, right?
Yeah, that's what they would say.
Yep.
And they would be saying it's prophecy because you have the word Messiah in there.
I mean, that's not the only case where you have the word Messiah. It's the way they translated it from anointed one. Because you see people like David were anointed, the priests were anointed. So the term Messiah or Mashiach doesn't mean anything
correct
about some future person.
That is correct. What they don't understand is they go there to verse 24 where it says in Daniel 9 and 24, 70 weeks are determined upon your people. But the word weeks actually means, they try to say it means 490, like 70 times 70, right? And they try to say it's 70 sets. It's 70 sets of 70, right? And I mean, it's 490 years. It's a weird thing they try to use, right? But when you look at it, it says 70 weeks of Shavuot was determined upon your city. Well, what was determined? The 70 years of captivity that supposedly Israel went through. That's what it was speaking about. You can read about that 70 years captivity in Jeremiah 25, Zechariah, all throughout the book. But they said this is talking about 70 prophetic years. And then you ask them one simple thing. Show us where Jesus made reconciliation for the sins of Israel. They can never do it. But we can show you the Messiah priest making reconciliation for the children of Israel after the 70 years captivity. That's where it kills it all at. Now, the destruction of the temple, where that word Messiah is at, actually that word that should be used there, that word Messiah, should be priest, because the priests were also Messiah. You understand what I'm saying? And they were cut off. Their temple was cut off by Antiochus Epiphanes. That's what it's all about. All you got to do is go read Daniel chapter 10 and Daniel 11 and then do some simple history and add all that stuff up. It's just that simple. It's not even hard. I figured it out like that, like once I started studying the text. Mm-hmm. It can't be about Jesus because it simply said this. This is one of the things it said. It says, and the Messiah shall be cut off. Boom. So he's dead. That's Jesus, right? They'll say, yeah. And it said, and the prince of the city that shall come shall destroy the city, and it shall be with an end with a flood. And then I'm like, who is that? They'll say that's Titus. And then you be like, okay. And then it says, and he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. Who is that? They'll say that's Jesus. But it say right here in verse 25 that he shall be cut off. So how did he make a covenant after his death? When in the New Testament, he made a covenant before his death. Then they start playing around with it. See? It's just that simple.
Yeah, Chris owned that Daniel 9. He got a patent on that shit. He got a patent on that scripture.
Oh shit. And you also mentioned that the cease of sacrifice in 27 as well, right?
The cease of the sacrifices came during an order from Antiochus Epiphanes when he said that they can no longer sacrifice. He's the one that told them they couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus never stopped no damn sacrifices. They were still sacrificing in the book of Acts.
Yeah. True.
So here it is, the Christian always, they can change the timeline the way they see fit. But you can't do it. And they be all like, then where's the 490 years? There, it does not say 490 years here. Where do you see 490 years? That's what 70 means. No, 70 means 70. That's what it's saying. It don't say 490. You're making that shit up.
Yeah, I mean, even if it is 490 years, you still have a way you can get around it. It's not even talking about Jesus if it is 490 years, because what they'll say is it started in 444 BCE, but if you add 490 years to that, you don't even get the exact date. And then they're playing around with prophetic years as a claim.
Exactly.
It doesn't even add up.
Don't even add up. And that's what I said. Okay, let's just go 538 from 490. What year did we get put in? We trapped in 47 BCE. So Jesus, was he born in 47 BCE? Okay, shut the fuck up. That Messiah that was cut off from the top temple was Onias II, who was the high priest at the time. During what? The Maccabees rebellion. And he was fighting against Hellenism. Damn, dude.
So why do they still try to use that same?
They Christian. That's what they do. They Christian.
They're bringing the money.
Thing is, they don't even need to use that one. It's not even said in the New Testament. They could just say it's not about him and be fine, but they still assert it. I mean, you have stuff to even argue over, or not really argue over, but have differences. For example, Protestants would say, for example, the kiss to son prophecy, which has been translated that way, is about Jesus. I mean, you'd have Catholics which don't even say that. So,
right.
I'm surprised Daniel 9 isn't the same way.
Yeah, like almost like the year 2000 prophecy and stuff. How they gonna say a day into the Lord is 1,000 years? So when Jesus said, "I'm coming back in 2 days," and shit, they took that as 2,000 years.
And he still ain't showed up.
Yup. And it's funny how they came up to say that he ain't coming back just before 12 o'clock midnight that day.
Yeah. So what the
tell everybody he ain't coming.
So God has years for every day to God is 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And every week is 7 weeks in prophetic years.
Yeah, like they say that the world was created, like when you got the days of creation and stuff, each day was 1,000 years. I can see how that could be logical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it took 1,000 years for all this shit to come to, like, you know what I mean?
But my question is this though. Why would it take somebody who's omnipotent, omnipresent, and all powerful? Why would it take him 1,000 years, or what we would consider 1,000 years, or a day even for him to do it?
Well, I guess you could say like the process and shit, like, you know what I mean?
I get it, but what I'm saying is that somebody who's all present, all powerful, for one, like say, a thought doesn't take me a second.
Right.
For me to translate, for me to tell my hand to move is split seconds.
Right.
Right? Because it's thought. I will it to happen. So something that is made by itself, from no other material, why would it take him time or a process? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if this is what you're giving me, because what they're giving me.
But the thing that he's manifesting is in him. I'm just coming at, I'm just like trying to make sense out or playing devil's out, however you can say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is dialogue thing.
Yeah. If it's not him, then what was it? If there was nothing else but him, then what was it?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? And somebody said something, they said, what he said? He said, God is either, if God is either all powerful, if God is all powerful, then he can't be all good. And if he's all good, he can't be all powerful. Because if you're all good, the way I look at it, if you're all good, there's no way you would kill innocent people. It's not possible. So I mean, there's definitely some holes in the philosophy or the theology of it, but it takes a strong person to have an open mind to sit at a table and actually have this dialogue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of the things people come up with, though, be like, how can I put that shit? Like, for the comedics, like the questions they would have. Because a lot of the comedics ain't no different than these One West Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they be fucking with the YouTube. They might have some kind of comedic guru or some bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? They be having them on the same shit. They be having them on the same mind control shit. It just be different. Like, you know what I mean? And you can tell because a lot of comedics will come out with some stupid ass shit like that be flying out their mouth.
Like name something. Name something that came out their mouth that was
all right. I'm gonna go to the big leagues here. Brother Reggie, right? I'm calling his ass.
Okay.
He said in the comment board once, right? That's when they first broke him out.
Yeah.
This was like around the time Natural Tahuti got locked up. And they talking about Noah's Ark, right?
Yeah.
This dumb fool said, how are they going to fit all those animals in that goddamn boat? How are you going to fit all these lions and tigers and fucking shit? Well, if you read the story, it doesn't say like all the animals went up in there. It said animals of their kind. So, in other words, it was a cat. You know what I mean? Whatever was the... Not saying that the shit happened or whatever. I'm just saying this from what the text said, right? So, you got the cat family. So, you probably had a standard cat or what was a cat. Know what I'm saying? And all the cats that we have today came from that species of cat. All the species of dogs that we had, dogs are canine animals that we have, came from this one type of canine. So they came in unclean animals 2 by 2 and clean animals. They came in there. Was it 7 by 7? I believe they came in, if I'm correct.
7 pairs.
It's 7, right? 7 by 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the clean animals came in 7 by 7, and the unclean was 2 by 2. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga said that dumb shit. I'm like, motherfucker, did you read the Bible? If you so fucking smart, you got doctor in front of your name. You telling me that you never read this fucking story, and you got an opinion on it, but you never opened the book to read it. Like this, most Kemet people out here never even opened the Bible.
Well, that's not true because most
a lot of them.
Well, most.
I'm not saying you or nobody.
No.
I'm saying a lot of these commandments. This is why they say.
Well, I'm saying most Kemetic people come out of the Christian faith.
If not, I would say Christian faith, but not practicing.
Well, I'm not saying Christian. I'm not saying it was. I mean, I'm sure they was practicing as most people would practice when they were in it, and they were familiar with the book because they might. But they might not have, like you say. I agree. They probably might not know in depth the book, but there was an article where a man, I don't know who he was, made that same statement about the story of Noah's Ark, and he talked about the number of creatures and animals based on the scripture, and said that it would have been impossible for that to have occurred. Also, would have been impossible for these animals to be on a boat for 40 days and 40 nights. These wild animals, and to be under what they say, God locked their jaws or whatever God did to them.
But that's not necessarily true.
Well,
that could have happened. That could have been possible. Not saying that it happened. Well, but I'm saying that if you look at species-wise and stuff like that, that's not too many animals in there. It really isn't. If you look at like the base animals for all the animals that we got today, like what you got, like marsupials, you got you got like cattle, you got like what else you have? Fucking fowl birds, certain species of birds, like you have like the whatever like makes the eagle, the hawk, the owl, all probably come from the same species of bird. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker that the owl come from or the eagle come from ain't the same motherfucking bird that the sparrow comes from. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? But like,
but I don't think
like canine, fucking feline, fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. So I'm saying that's not really that many animals. Like if you really look at it. And then you talk about shit
you know what though? That it has to be, and this is why I say it would have to be a bigger number than what you think. Because if we talk about the gap between animals, the animal kingdom, and humans, you can call it Homo sapiens sapien or whatever you want to call them. That's millions of years gap.
Right.
Now,
I hear you.
There was millions of species of animals running around at this time on land. So now unless you're talking about if you're talking about like just walking what you saying, okay, here's a cat.
Right.
And out of this cat, there are different breeds of cats.
Right.
But we're not saying that each breed came on the boat. We just saying that species or kind of cat came on the boat. So, let me see right here. Again, where's it right here?
And didn't they say Noah could like deal with the animals, like whether that's true or not? We just dealing with the story.
Well, yeah, they said God did something to them, and they was not hungry or not acting right or some shit.
Yeah,
they're not. That's what they said in there, and
then animals naturally run at signs of natural disaster. Like animals know before a volcano gonna happen, before a fucking tornado or a hurricane come. Animals know that shit already. And like they be on the move, like, oh shit about to go down.
Hey y'all, I gotta cut out of here and get to this meeting at 4:30, but I enjoyed my time on here. I'm gonna continue to listen in with one earphone in. Peace, peace, Haru, peace, Willie Grits, peace, Killer B. Hey, baby, we did it again. We did it again.
Yeah,
you got caught, Judah.
Chris Harris did it again, goddamn. Chris Harris
caught, Judah. Set that debate up, Judah. I want your premise and I want some primary sources. Give me a primary text. Give me an original text. You ain't got one. Chris Harris signing out.
Okay. Right on, bro. Thanks for coming by.
Now look at this. Now I hear what you're saying, but when we look at the text, this is what it says, and this is where people be like, "Well, it's impossible," right? And it says, and I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall go into the ark, you, your sons, your wives, and your sons' wives with you, and of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark to keep them alive with you, and they shall be male and female. Of the birds after their kind. Now, the birds after their kind. right, which means there's different kinds of birds. So each bird of their kind.
Right.
Right. And it says of animals after their kind, and of every creeping things on the earth after its kind. Now we know that in the insect world, there's more insects than there is anything. Right. And it says of every creeping thing on the earth after their kind, 2 of every kind will come to you and keep them alive. And then it says, you shall take them to yourself all food that it shall, it says, you shall take for yourself of all the food that should be eaten and gathered and that stuff. Then it says, and the Lord said to Noah, come into the ark and all your household, because I have seen that you are righteous before me and your generation. You shall take with you seven each of every clean animal, every male and his female, 2 each of the animals that are unclean, a male and his female, also seven each of the birds of the air, male and female, to keep the species alive on the face of the earth. That's a lot of damn animals. Hey, Killer, I don't care how you put it. That's a lot of damn animals. And we know the ark, I mean, it was huge. But damn,
look at this though, with the Torah about what we can eat and what we can't eat. That's not really too many birds too many animals they listed.
Well, the thing is, it says of the birds after their kind.
Right.
It says of animals after their kind. So when we say kind is like a species. And we know species, right, according to how they label it today,
like waterfowl,
based on being able to reproduce with each other, is a species. So we know that there are many species of birds. Many. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
okay.
So when you start talking about that, we know that there are many, like, now when you start talking about like animals, like let's think about
when you say about their kind though, know what I'm saying? Now, like if you look at water animal birds that chill in the marshes, right? Mm-hmm. Like ducks, swans, pelicans. Mm-hmm. Those will all be classified under the same type of bird.
What would be?
Like waterfowl.
Right,
so,
but
a swan, a fucking pelican, a motherfucking
a pelican isn't a stork.
Oh yeah, pelican ain't like that motherfucker. You're right. But you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah, like, I get it.
Water birds, there's a lot of them. You could put them all in the same. You put them all
category.
Because like where we get with that, like we got a lot of Israelite dummies out here too that's talking about like, oh, you can't eat chicken. The Torah says there's nowhere in there that would say nothing about you can't eat chicken. Fowl, I had to explain what a fowl is, right? They're trying to tell me that a chicken is the same thing with the motherfuckers. They said some dumbass shit. I dismissed there were 2 different doctrines on not eating chicken. I destroyed both of them and shit.
You know what? I couldn't be no Israelite then because I tear chicken ass up.
Yup, hell yeah.
You know? But I'm gonna say I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say that what Reggie said was crazy because I'm on his same standpoint of that. But what I would say is that he's looking at it from a different perspective. Right. So I would say it's crazy. I think it's just a different. I just think it's a different perspective because. When we talking about every fowl, first of all, we're looking at every bird as if like animal kingdom today.
Yeah.
All the different varieties. We're not thinking about, no one knows that. And so we're looking at a biblical narrative, but we're kind of given the perceptions of how it is today, which I would say is unfair because we don't know how many animals were around that time.
Yeah,
through variation.
And what they look like.
Because I don't have no idea. I don't know.
Tahar used to teach that a grasshopper was the size of a goddamn chicken back in the day. I heard somebody laugh.
Yeah, that was me. Where does he get that
Grasshopper was
from?
like the size of a fucking chicken. And it took two men to carry a cluster of grapes back then. The grapes were so big, it took two people to carry a cluster of grapes.
Yeah,
He said that's why you see on the, like you buy a bottle of King David wine. There's this kosher wine called King David. And on the cover of it, like on the label, it's two men holding like a pole with the bunch of grape, like the grape bunch on it and shit. He was like, see, they know it. The Jews knew it. It said the damn grape was like the size of a grapefruit. I was like, nigga.
Yeah, that's kind of a subjective thing though with the grapes.
Yeah.
You don't know how big the cluster was in terms of how many grapes. I mean,
Yeah.
I know somebody that actually uses that to make an argument for giants, basically. We're trying to size them to 36 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a great argument. I mean, you already get the text says they were giants or people that other people feared, and you get all that. So,
right. Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff. But like I was saying though, a lot of Kemetic heads that are on YouTube and Facebook and all that shit, a lot of those motherfuckers and shit don't know the Bible and never. They might have been Christian, but them niggas do not know the Bible, yo. They do not, and they didn't say it. Like, you know what I mean? This how you got Israelites out here saying shit just because their camp leader tells them. So they're gonna hold it down, right? You know what I mean? No matter what. And they never did no research. Or if they did the research and saw contradictory, they said, "Oh, that's the white man's shit. He put that there to trick us."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I would say, like, I'll tell people I'm familiar with the Bible. I don't know the Bible. I mean, I was in it at one point and never got back into it. So I'm familiar with the stories. I'm familiar with certain things, but you know, I'm not. I wouldn't try to hold a debate with you in depth on the Bible on specific things. It have to be general.
But now answer me this: why would somebody that considers themselves Kevin, like I was saying, how a lot of these people out here don't read the Bible and shit. I know your history and stuff you doing with the scriptures and shit, so I know you know that. I've seen you in action, right? But these other Kevin heads and stuff, they'll make all these claims to say all this shit, and they never opened the book, and they never knew the book or even tried to understand it. They just said, "Oh, fuck this book." Like Chris Harris, right? Chris Harris wasn't like, "Oh, fuck this book," and all this shit. Like before, like, yeah, he was learning. And he came to the conclusion they give him the opinion or to make that decision.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Where these Kevin heads are they're no different than the One West heads. They're no different. They're no different. It's all Kemet. And you ask them something about Kemet, the motherfuckers don't even know.
Yeah,
well,
Bible is fake. All right, prove it.
A lot of it is romantic. A lot of it is romanticism, man. A lot of it is people trying to find something that relates to them, that makes them feel good about themselves and of being black. Yep. That's a lot of it.
Yep. Oh man, this nigga talking this Bible shit.
Yeah.
Give me one verse out of the Bible. I don't know. I don't do that shit. Nigga, so how can you have an opinion on some shit? Like, nigga, you never read that motherfucker. Yeah. You never did no research on that shit. All you did was watch Kemet versus Israel on Sonnet, nigga.
Yes. Everyone does it. The Christians do it.
Yep.
Like, they'll, like, do the Quran, tell them that they'll just take verses out of context and don't really do any research on the book. And they'll often come as a straw man. Because they're not actually interested in understanding the literature. They're just trying to attack the other side. That's about it. And a lot of these Kemetic talking points sound like atheist talking points.
Yeah. As well.
And from what I've seen from them, they don't seem to study their own stuff, actually. Because there's some of the people that might try and make the claims. There's guys claim that Horus was born on the 25th of December. Mm-hmm. Like, do you know that claims about? They'll sometimes say, or I've seen comedics say it.
I done heard December 25th being so many people's birthday. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
I heard Nimrod birthday, Jesus' birthday, and what you just said, Yaquan Will's birthday. You just
it's Horus. What I was basically saying is these are claims, because actually, when you look at the actual texts, Horus was born around the 28th of July.
Yeah,
because it was the 5th day from the end of the Egyptian year, which was in the summer. And then you get all this zeitgeist claiming XYZ was born on the 25th of December when it's not true.
Yep. And people, that's a popular video. Now, I never watched it. I never watched that zeitgeist shit. Yeah. But like, there's a lot of people that don't even like deal with like the Bible, or like they're just regular people that watch that. And they think they know something by watching that shit. All of a sudden, they experts on all of the shit just because they watch zeitgeist.
Yeah, I mean, they'll do the virgin birth as well when, like, they're trying to use Horus, but that's a horrible example. There's plenty of good, clear examples of clear sources.
Yeah.
Like, you even get the Christians admitting these exist, like Perseus, and there's a story about Plato even having a virgin birth, and the early Christians admit these stories, and you can go point into those texts very simply. Yeah. There's also other deities like Hephaestus, which is very clear in the older poems that he was born from a virgin, and various other figures, but nobody's pointing to them. Because when I did my series on Isaiah 7:14, I went through all these various virgin births, and that wasn't even an exhaustive list from what I'd seen.
Yeah. But a lot of those Messiah births, and Lex and Chris talking about, a lot of it has to do with the winter solstice, and it has to do, and so they placed it. Because a lot of the mythology goes during that season, in the constellations at the time, and so they say that the 25th. I don't know personally any comedics who will say that Horus is real. I don't know, like somebody would say Jesus is real. I have not met one yet, but they might be out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would question his intelligence if I met one, because there's no evidence or any literature to say that he was real. But I guess if you can say that Jesus was real and born of a virgin by the Holy Spirit, I guess a man with a hawk head could be equally as real.
Yeah.
Somebody's God. Why not?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get crazy claims when you're talking about theology. And each one is what hits them. But I do have another question, since I got y'all Bible scholars on here. You know what I'm saying? We going back to Genesis. I'm working my way through this whole damn book on y'all ass. After the flood, after the flood, everything is supposed to be clean. You go back to normal. Why the hell did Moses sacrifice an animal? And it was only 2. Didn't he wipe out a species of animals?
What do you mean? Noah making the sacrifices?
Yeah, in Genesis 8:20, when it said, "Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and took every clean animal and every clean bird and offered burnt offerings unto the altar."
Yeah, so there were 7 pairs of each of the clean, so it would have been from those 7.
But what about, it says every clean animal and every clean bird, and he offered it. But yeah, let's say that. So the unclean animals was the 2, is what you're saying.
Which verse are you referring to again?
8:20.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Like the 7 by 7 was the clean animals, because they had to eat this shit. So I guess, like, you know what I mean? That's the way I looked at it personally.
Because it says he says you shall bring 2 of each sort into the ark to keep them alive, and they shall be male and female. So it just says of all flesh, you shall keep 2 of them, male and female. So, and then it says of all the birds after their kind, and animals after their kind, every creeping thing on the earth, 2 of their kind, and then we get 7 when we start talking about clean animals, male and female. You say take 7 of each clean animal, male and female of its kind, 2 of each animal that are unclean. So he sacrificed the clean animal onto the altar. Okay. So he sacrificed the clean animal and each bird of his kind. So my thing was, why would he? Why would he do that if everything was already done? And this is not a right or wrong question. I'm just trying to understand, like, from a person's perspective, why would you think he would do that if the flood is already done, they already cleansed the world from sin? What would be the point of sacrificing? You're not atoning anything at this point.
Yeah,
it's an interesting point. You do also have offerings which aren't for sin, because that's not the only type of offering you do have. Because you have offerings when it's making the covenant peace offerings, for example. So you do have other examples of that.
Yeah,
that was a good that was a good one right there, Yaakov.
Yeah, but I would say, and this is my refute of that, is that, but that's hundreds, if not thousands, of years later. That's when we start talking about. That's when we start talking about more like Moses, and we start talking about the law.
I mean, before the law, you still had sacrifices, because you had Cain and Abel, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. They were doing various sacrifices. And even before the law was officially given on Sinai, they were doing the sacrifices in Egypt.
Well, right, but you're right. But what I'm saying is, if we take the time period from the flood, the receding of the flood, we talk about Noah. Now, what I'm saying is that now the world has a clean slate. The Lord said, "Man is wicked, and he shall destroy the earth with a flood, and he shall wipe it clean." Right? So I'm saying now the board is clean. There's no more sin at this point, I'm assuming. And then he sacrifices an animal. The God doesn't tell him to sacrifice the animal. It's not an instruction from God. It wasn't even a covenant from God or from him and God at this time. And so then later on, as you say, through Isaac, Jacob, and then you start talking about Moses and at Mount Sinai, then we start getting the formation of law. And this, even at Sinai, this is before we start getting, when they start running into, they established the priesthood when they start getting Moses' help, and you start getting the I think it's what Levitic priesthood, when that organization started to form. So from these two time periods, just from when it started, the world is anew. My question is, and there's no argument, I'm just asking questions to get a better understanding. And you given that, what would be the point of sacrificing a clean animal if the world has already been destroyed? God told you to take these animals and save them, keep them alive, and then you get off the boat and then you kill them as a sacrifice.
It is an interesting question. I mean, you obviously could link it to the making of the covenant, the Noahic covenant.
Okay.
But anyway, if you ask that question, you could ask sort of maybe some of the similar things. Why did other people do those sacrifices? What would be the point? But because we're not given too much detail around these events within the Book of Genesis itself. So then you got a load of various traditions around these events popping up over time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get a lot of these apocryphal books which contain extra information. Some of them Jewish, some of them Christian. And a lot of people run to those a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to pass out and shit.
All right, man.
I have to shut this motherfucker. Yeah. Hey, last night I was slumped. Last night. I'm sorry about that, brother Hebrew.
No, that's okay.
Knocked out last night. I fell asleep on you a couple times and woke up.
He said, I ain't gonna lie. That's all right.
Shit. Hey, I was like, I hope you ask me no questions.
That's all right. So I have some more later. Like I said, I'm gonna have some next time we talk on the Tower of Babel going into Abraham.
All right.
So we get it together. Hey, and let me know when the next burning party is.
Hell yeah, you already know that shit ain't gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah. You can't let off of him.
Hot from yesterday.
Killer, you can't let off of him, man. You see what happened when you let off?
Yeah, you can't let off of him. I just gotta convince everybody else of that shit. Ride and shit. I just start turning up anybody else side with him and shit, getting it. You go stand over there with that nigga if you want. With the shit, when we ride, niggas, if your ass standing in, you get that motherfucking tooth. Straight up. You stand next to that nigga if you want. For real.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll let y'all out.
Yup.
Hey, and when I want to do a lesson on something on your channel, some comedic stuff on your channel.
Yeah, dude. Anytime. Let me know when. I'll open her up.
Yes,
I'll open her up. And thank you, Yaquah, for coming on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Stay in touch, Yaquah. I appreciate the talk, brother.
Yeah, as did I.
Oh, right on. And we got Willie Grits and shit. Willie Grits, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, shit. Willie Grits still up.
I'm playing this game.
Oh, shit. Get your ass whooped this shit. Tell us your story, though, what you told me the other day when you were playing Madden.
You said when I was playing Madden?
Yeah, when you told that dude and shit. First start off and say why you were fucked up. Remember you said you played Madden and shit? You was drinking and you told the dude and shit you gotta run that back. And the dude said you ain't black or something like you ain't black or something like that.
I don't know. Wait, what?
The other day you told me you was drinking and shit. Like you drunk all that liquor and shit. Your ass was fucking up on the video game.
Yeah.
You gotta run that shit back. I don't know, man. Fuck it. You don't remember this shit. You probably drunk again. But anyway, my ass is might as well be drunk the way how sleepy I am. But we get right on out of this motherfucker. I'm too tired to even play some outro music. But yeah, peace to all the people here that support us. Peace to that other brother. I think his name was Andrew Butler. I think his name was, or something Butler. His name was. He checked out the channel today, and he's starting to see the bullshit with Judah Nazarah and stuff. So that's what's up. People are opening up their eyes and see what the fuck is going on. Shout out to brother Solomon for coming on tonight. Adaya, we got somebody new in here. Adaya Yashar. Peace to you, man. We didn't get around to your questions and stuff, but definitely stop by again. Who else? Brother Lamar, shout out to him. Who else we have? I don't know. Whoever else. And shit. Shout out to y'all. And just keep that torch burning and shit. Burn the shit out of this son of a bitch. Judah Nazarah is scared to take that debate from any of us. So with that, goddamn witch killer B, the goddamn witch finder general, you got a witch? I'll burn that motherfucker up. And we out.
Yeah, burn it up.